Tulsa's 24-hour news source continues. This is Channel 2 News, Midday, Oklahoma.
Good morning, I'm Linda Morton. Welcome to Midday, Oklahoma this Friday, November 23rd. Here are some of the stories we'll have for you this half hour. President Bush continues his push to gather support for using force in the Persian Gulf. And the search is on for an Army reservist who went down with his helicopter on a night training mission near Fort Sill. Search crews are combing the area around Lake Ellsworth near Fort Sill. An Arkansas Army National Guardsman is missing after the helicopter he was in crashed last night during a training mission. 5 other reservists were rescued from the water. The 6th is still unaccounted for. The crew was part of the 374th Air Ambulance Company based in Little Rock. They'd been activated to Fort Sill as part of the Operation Desert Shield. Crew members say they were trying out night vision glasses when the chopper crashed. Less than 24 hours remain before the 145th Medical Unit from Broken Arrow will report for duty. The National Guard unit will leave tomorrow for Fort Sill. Presumably, then they'll head for the Persian Gulf. The troops are busy getting supplies ready and filling out last-minute paperwork today. Tomorrow, they'll leave the city amid a parade of well-wishers as they head for their training site. President Bush heads toward his last stop on a week-long overseas trip. Bush is on his way to Geneva to meet with Syrian President Hafez Assad. The two leaders will discuss the Middle Eastern crisis and the best way to handle it. The meeting is controversial because Syria is on the State Department list of nations that sponsors terrorism. But Bush says his visit is justified because Assad backs the effort to get Iraqi troops out of Kuwait. President Bush is feeling more confident about a UN resolution allowing the use of military force against Iraq. Bush met with Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak this morning in Cairo. The two leaders agreed on the need to restore Kuwait's freedom. Bush says Egypt's stand on the Persian Gulf crisis will help ensure world peace and stability.
And as we prove to be successful, and we will be successful, I think we can then see all around this concept that aggression will not pay, that we have a better shot for world peace. And I will work my hardest to be sure that the United States plays an active role in that.
After meeting with Mubarak, Bush says he believes an attempt to get the UN resolution will be successful. Some American hostages broke bread with their Iraqi captors yesterday. A dozen Americans joined Iraqi government officials at a country club for a Thanksgiving feast. The American Red Cross Society provided the meal, and the Iraqis complimented it with wine. The hostages were brought from various strategic sites where they're being held as human shields. Hussein invited their visiting relatives to the luncheon also. One visitor says he had to quit his job to visit his brother in Iraq. Political change in England this morning. Conservative Party members are jockeying for position in the new round of balloting for a leader of the group. Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher's resignation comes after what her advisors say was a narrow but not complete victory to hold on to her post. She says she's not staying out of British politics for good and took some words of praise and criticism from members of Parliament for her decision.
May I thank the right honourable gentleman for his kindness. May I remind the House that I expect to be here on Tuesday afternoon and possibly even on Thursday afternoon. So I hope the House will be as kind then as it is today.
One member of Parliament says she is the greatest peacetime prime minister the country has ever had. Japan's new emperor has completed his enthronement this morning. Emperor Akihito has officially succeeded his father Hirohito as emperor. The last step, a secret 6-hour ceremony linking the emperor with the sun goddess. The mystic ritual has many Japanese unhappy. It cost $17 million. A strong earthquake hits part of Japan today. The quake measured 5 on the Richter scale, which terms it a very strong quake. The epicenter was along Japan's western coast, about 400 miles southwest of Tokyo. There are no reports yet about damage or injuries. 2 Americans are among the dead after a jet crash in Thailand. 38 people were killed when the Bangkok Airways jet crashed en route to a resort island. The plane hit a grove of coconut trees in heavy wind and rain. The island where the jet was heading had no radar or advanced ground control equipment. It's only recently been opened for tourists. Still to come on Midday, Oklahoma, how safe is your college campus? A new law will let you know. And anti-fur protesters are out in force nationwide, including Tulsa shopping malls.
This week, save 21 to 53% on fabulous Flex Steel living rooms from Woodcraft Furniture. This elegant Flex Steel camelback sofa is now only $4.99. Or Flex Steel's magnificent Christmas plaid sofa, now an incredible $5.99. Save hundreds on Flex Steel recliners with adjustable lumbar support from $3.29. No monthly payments and no interest for 6 months from Woodcraft Furniture, 5000 South Sheridan.
wondered where Anthony's great gifts come from? Like Van Heusen shirts. Well, now through Sunday, you can find your Van Heusen favorites for up to 50% off. Impeccably tailored dress shirts are just $12. That's half price. Save 40% on easygoing sports shirts, just $14.99. And gift wrapping's free, just for the asking. Van Heusen shirts. Now that's a lot of comfort and joy from Anthony's.
Comfort and joy at Anthony's.
While you've been thinking about everyone else's Christmas, we've been thinking about yours. And so if you buy or lease any new Oldsmobile 88 Royale by Christmas Eve, Oldsmobile will give you a $750 Dillard's Christmas gift certificate, which means you could give away everything on this tree and keep what's under it.
Merry Christmas from the new generation of Olds.
Now, only at your local Eastern Oklahoma new generation of Olds dealers.
Tulsa police are investigating an auto accident as a homicide this morning. Medical examiner's x-rays indicate it was a shotgun blast that killed a Tulsa teen early Thanksgiving morning. 17-year-old Kenneth Montre Jackson's car ran into a billboard pole. Police believe Jackson was shot in the left temple while driving down the road. Police have no witnesses to the accident and have made no arrests. How safe are your kids when they go away to college? A new federal law is designed to keep parents and prospective students aware of crime rates at colleges and universities. Schools receiving federal aid will be required to keep crime statistics and report them. Oklahoma State University already publishes its crime rate along with tips on how to prevent crime. Some parents say the crime stats could buy them peace of mind.
I think that's especially important, that we know about rapes or, muggings.
Pressure for the new law came from groups which thought some schools were covering up crime reports to keep from scaring students. Authorities in Tulsa are investigating the apparent theft and torching of a Greyhound bus. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol says the bus was taken from a downtown Tulsa Greyhound service center by an unknown person and left in far east Tulsa. The fire department reported the missing bus about 2:30 this morning. Troopers say they don't know if the bus was taken and then burned or if it caught fire itself and the driver abandoned it. Authorities would not speculate if the theft was related to the Greyhound strike. When most of us read, we don't even realize we're doing it, like reading billboards as we drive down the street. One local man does not take literacy for granted. Paul Spencer could not always read. Channel 2's Randy Garcia reports Spencer wants others who can't read to know there is a second chance.
Thanksgiving at the Spencer home in Manford meant playing outside with Grandpa. Even the family pet was having a good time. Paul Spencer has much to be thankful for. 2.5 years ago, he could barely read at a second grade level.
There's nothing to be ashamed of. I know, for me, it was the hardest thing I ever did was go down there and tell somebody I couldn't read.
This 50-year-old grandfather learned to read through the Tulsa City County Library's Literacy Volunteers of America program. Last Monday, he showed his appreciation for the program at a news conference. Being an adult new reader, Spencer was excited about 1,500 new reader books donated by lens crafters.
This literacy program has made this Thanksgiving, at least 100% better than the past Thanksgivings, because, you just get a little more self-confident with yourself, a little more at ease with yourself,
Spencer wants to encourage the nearly 50,000 people in our area who can't read to give the program a chance. Meanwhile, this grandfather attends Tulsa Junior College, working for his GED. One day, Spencer says he'll teach and give back to the program that's given him another reason to enjoy Thanksgiving. In Manford, Randy Garcia, Channel 2 News.
Well, the day after Thanksgiving has a nice weather outlook. Meteorologist Scott Stevens joins us from the Weather Center with a little preview. Scott?
Well, Thanksgiving is behind us, and it's time to start saving for you-know-who. There's no better place to save for the holidays than Walmart. And there's no better time to save than this weekend, because we're in the Christmas mood, and we've got special savings all through the store all weekend long. So don't wait till the last minute. Come in this weekend, get a jump on Christmas, and save a whole lot. Overall, you always save more on the gifts you want at Walmart.
I'm gonna sing to my life is good, and new Viva protein fortified skim milk is full of life. I'm gonna open up my eyes, gonna get healthy, get wise, raise my glass to the skies to life. Extra protein. protein gives it more nutrition and a great taste that's better than any regular skim milk ever. So pour yourself some delicious Viva protein-fortified skim milk and raise your glass of Viva.
Hi, I'm Karen Keith.
And I'm Jerry Weber. Channel 2 and the Salvation Army ask for your help in making dreams come true for needy children.
Pick up your stocking at the Tulsa Promenade Mall and stuff it full of gifts and toys. The Salvation Army will make sure it goes to a child who really needs it.
Why don't you make it a Christmas project for your business or school? Come by the stocking shop and get as many as you can fill.
Help make a difference for some grateful children.
From all of us at Channel 2, happy holidays.
Remote control car, a remote control train, and a party dress. I get a list. A beautiful bow for my hair. Cordless telephone, because I'm a man on the go. Some diamond earrings for my mom. Big tent. And some Rolex shoes for my sisters.
For all the gift items on your holiday list, shop Tulsa Promenade.
A blanket.
A blanket?
Animal rights groups are targeting the busiest shopping day of the year to spread their message against fur. Today, a group of about 50 protesters gathered near 2 Tulsa shopping areas. The focus of their protest, to stop the use of animals' fur for fashion.
This is kind of a kickoff day for Christmas shopping, and there may be shoppers who are considering buying fur, and we just hope that we can cause them to stop and think about all of the suffering that is involved in fur.
Local fur dealers say that animals are put on this earth for food and fur, and they believe the protesters should take up another cause. We'll have more on this at 5. And it's a nice day to be outside shopping or doing whatever.
It's too nice to be shopping.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I'd kind of like to be outside and save the shopping for a more dreary
exactly.
day.
Not that there are very many of those in the forecast yet. It looks like all of this weekend should see sunny skies and very warm temperatures. In fact, the way to end or wrap up or at least begin the holiday season looks like it will be on the warm side with very mild temperatures. And it looks like this warm forecast is going to last through at least the next 4 days and possibly well into next week. Here's a look at a satellite photograph showing lots of clear skies across the area, some clouds and even some showers down through South Texas as the frontal system that moved through the area about 2 days ago continues to move southward. But with the developing storm system further on the west coast, looks like it'll begin to draw up some of this moisture before the weekend is through. A reinforcing blast of cold air is going to miss Oklahoma. You can kind of see it outlined right here. So it'll bring some lake effect snows to New England and parts of the Great Lakes states, and will probably just nip northeastern Kansas and will not even get close to the Tulsa area. So we should continue to be on really the very warm side with abundant sunshine. And with a jet stream moving over the Rockies, we will see some downslope conditions, which are a weak Chinook condition, which will keep things really very warm for this time of year. A normal high is in the 50s. We should be in the 70s the next couple of days. There's a satellite replay showing that storm is in the clouds as it moved south over the area yesterday, and it looks like they will continue to move south, at least the clouds that is. Heavy rains pouring into the Pacific Northwest coast. Remember, they had flooding problems about 2 weeks ago. Looks like they will have more problems as far as floods are concerned in the next week or week and a half coming up ahead. Here's a look at the almanac. Last night was a very pleasant night, down to 41 degrees. Yesterday's temperatures, high was 64 degrees. The morning low was 42. There are your normals, 57 and 35. So we're going to be closer to those record highs than we will be on normal high. Presently outside under sunny skies, 60 degrees. Dew point at 31, humidity dry at 33%, winds light out of the north at 8 miles per hour. The pressure 30.10, and it's been unsteady the last couple of hours. Across the rest of Oklahoma through the Sooner State, temperatures are very close to 60. Average them all out. They should come out around 60, 63 degrees in the capital city, 59, 58 in Ponca City, Enid area, 60 Bartlesville way, 56 over towards the Fayetteville region. Still very chilly throughout the Intermountain West with snow on the ground, only 30s, and bitterly cold temperatures with seeing some sub-zero readings. In fact, even teens below zero just north of that. But along the southern plains and through the Gulf coastal states under sunny skies, and a few clouds further south, temperatures remaining very mild. Some snow associated with this storm system, but as we mentioned, looks like it should just trek off to the east. Will be influenced by this large area of high pressure sitting over the Rockies. We'll see some light west to northwesterly winds over the Rockies and down those slopes will keep things warm for the next several days. Highs tomorrow well into the 70s through the entire state. In fact, those 70s even up into parts of Colorado, with 80s down south in Texas as this unseasonably mild weather continues. You can see the cold Arctic air not far away, but not moving this way, as it will stay up in Canada. Now, by Monday, we will see some changes here in the weather as this ridge of high pressure, which has been rather strong, begins to weaken. We'll see a trough of low pressure develop into the desert southwest. This will bring the moisture back up here, and then also a disturbance moving out of the southwest will probably provide us with a good chance for some rain come Tuesday. For today, still under sunny skies, it is just perfect. Mild and dry with light northwest winds at a high. We'll probably make 71. We can tweak that up 2 degrees. Then for tonight, mostly fair, still cool. There could be some scattered frost, mainly east of town. Winds light out of the north at 2 to 5 and a low of 43 degrees. Here the area high temperatures 68 McAllister Way, 66 Fayetteville. A little bit warmer approaching the middle 70s through Ponca City, Stillwater. Lows tonight still very tolerable. Here's the 4-day forecast looking at 76 and sunny for Saturday, 78 for Sunday. Cooling off just a bit for Monday with some stronger winds and some clouds and 75. And as we've mentioned, it looks like Tuesday is when we would see the next best chance for rain. And it looks like that will be the only day next week that we could get wet. So when's it going to end? When is it going to end?
Summer, spring.
All right.
Thanks, Scott. On today's Ticket to Adventure, we'll go to where the seeds of our nation were sown at one of the most beautiful places in the country. Travel reporter Jim Finnerty continues his tour of New England by joining the Pilgrims at the Plymouth Plantation.
Imagine you're in Massachusetts back in 1627. The Pilgrims have recently landed, and they're struggling to make a go of life in the New World. You don't need to imagine very hard to get a pretty good idea of what life was like in those days. Travel about an hour southeast of Boston to Plymouth Plantation, an impressive recreation of the Pilgrims' first settlement. Plymouth Plantation was designed and constructed with painstaking attention to detail. As much as possible, the buildings and furnishings were assembled using only tools and technology that were available to the Pilgrims themselves. If the animals at Plymouth appear a little strange to you, that's because they've been backbred to more closely resemble what the Pilgrims' livestock actually looked like.
What is it you're doing?
Oh, rebuilding a fence, Mom, of the goats.
Oh, really?
Hopefully to keep them in.
The attention to detail at Plymouth Plantation extends to the staff as well. Interpreters portray real historical characters. While they go about their daily 17th century business, these pilgrims are happy to interact with visitors.
It was as though I really did take a step back in time. I enjoyed the ladies and the smells and the dirty faces of the people. It was as though you really could feel that you were there.
Plymouth Plantation is open daily, April through November. Jim Finnerty, Channel 2 News.
For more information on vacationing in New England, you can write us at Ticket to Adventure, P.O. Box 2, Tulsa 74101. And we'd like to ask you to include a business-sized, self-addressed stamped envelope with 45 cents postage. Handmade for the holidays, crafts can fill the bill this Christmas, and we'll tell you where you can buy them next.
It seems that every time you turn around these days, another pain reliever with ibuprofen in it is comparing itself to Tylenol. But you know what they can't say? They can't say they're gentler than Tylenol, because they're not. Tylenol won't irritate your stomach the way ibuprofen sometimes can. That's a medical fact. And is it any wonder that today hospitals use Tylenol 14 times more than ibuprofen? Tylenol, the pain reliever hospitals use most.
For the second year in a row, only one car has been ranked by J.D. Power as America's most trouble-free domestic car. Only one car, Buick LeSabre. And now with more standard features, LeSabre stands alone in quality and value. Now consider that LeSabre delivers 28 miles to the gallon. Better fuel economy than these cars. And you begin to see why Buick LeSabre is quality in motion. Test drive America's most trouble-free domestic car at your local quality Buick dealer today.
Well, Thanksgiving is behind us, and it's time to start saving for you-know-who. there's no better place to save for the holidays than Walmart. And there's no better time to save than this weekend, because we're in the Christmas mood, and we've got special savings all through the store all weekend long. So don't wait till the last minute. Come in this weekend, get a jump on Christmas, and save a whole lot. Overall, you'll always save more on the gifts you want at Walmart.
Well, as we've been mentioning, the day after Thanksgiving is the biggest shopping day of the year for retail merchants, as is the unofficial beginning of the Christmas season. Also opening its Christmas season is the Tulsa Junior Philharmonic's Santa House. And joining us today is Ann Gass, and she's brought with us some of the bills for sale here. food, and crafts and all kinds of things there. But tell us a little bit more about what Santa House does for the Philharmonic.
Well, it is our major fundraiser for the year, and the Tulsa Santa House raises money for the Youth Symphony. It gives them a chance to perform and also some educational opportunities.
Well, we love all the opportunities that Santa House provides for Tulsans. They have all kinds of gifts, and many of them homemade and handmade and everything else. And you're going to make for us today one of the sauces that's available?
That's correct. I've made some gingerbread, and I'm going to be making the lemon sauce that goes over the gingerbread. We have the gingerbread mix, and you just have to add a few ingredients at home. And
easy enough.
That's right.
Gingerbread for the holidays.
That's
okay.
right.
Well, where do we start, Ann?
Okay, the lemon sauce is very simple as well. You start with 1 cup of water, and we need to bring that to a boil.
Okay.
And then you add a 1/4 cup of your lemon sauce mix. And all of our mixes do come with recipes, so this will be provided whenever you buy the sauce mix.
Good.
Okay, and you bring this to a boil, and then you add 2 tablespoons of the butter.
Okay.
Put it in here.
I've never put lemon sauce on gingerbread, but it sounds wonderful.
Oh, it is wonderful. And then you add a 1/2 teaspoon of the lemon juice to the sauce mix.
I guess this is the finished product. Does it kind of feel like a glaze?
That's correct, yes.
That's beautiful. And what are some of the other items that you have? I know so these are what, homemade sauces and stuff?
That's right. We have many new items this year, too, for Santa House Kitchen. This is a new sauce. It's the chocolate sauce for the ice cream.
Ooh.
We also have butterscotch sauce.
Oh, good.
We have cranberry relish. And one of the real popular items this year is the vinegar, the herb vinegars. And there are several different types.
Oh, how neat. Pretty jar, too.
Yeah, that's right.
And you have your famous fudge. That's always
right.
everybody's favorite.
We've already had phone calls for the fudge.
You said that you also have a cookbook this year that's new.
Yes, all of the members of Junior Philharmonic have provided recipes, and it's their favorite recipes for the Christmas season. And that is a new book. We just got it from the printer this morning.
All right.
And it also has all of the recipes in the cookbook to make the different jellies and the mixes.
Great.
So if you don't have
do it season after season.
Exactly.
The basket you brought today, does this have some of the items in it that people are...
Right, we have consignment items that different local artists make, and they consign. The basket is one of those items.
Oh.
We also have market items. We have one of the attic babies here. And besides the kitchen items, we have many different rooms in Santa House. We have the Santa Fe room, the Victorian room.
There's lots of kids' toys, too, lots of items for kids that I saw, and I know Santa Claus was bringing his little coloring books around and candy canes.
Right,
and
and this is one of the coloring books that we give away to each child as they come in the front door.
Oh, good. So it's a good idea to bring kids and let them decide, too, what they want for Christmas.
That's
you have
right.
Christmas ornaments galore when I saw it. There were all different kinds of ornaments and everything for Christmas. So.
Well, and Santa Claus will also be there for the kids every Saturday and Sunday. You can bring your children, and they can have their picture taken with Santa Claus.
Oh, good. Well, that's the thing you need to do every season, right?
Right.
Well, thanks so much for joining us, Ann. I know that we want to let you know where Santa House is. It's at 15th and Carson, and it's open from now until December 9th, and I think Monday through Sunday, Saturday it should say, 10 to 6, and then Sundays it's 12:30 to 6, and so that's till December 9th. Not too long.
Not
so you
too
can get
long.
out and look at everything.
Exactly, and get there quick because some items do sell out very quickly.
All right. Thanks very much, Ann,
Thank
for being
you.
on Midday. The day after Thanksgiving isn't just shopping, it's also the first day to deal with leftovers. Tonight on Live at 5, family reporter Denise Brewer has a low-fat, high-vitamin recipe that will take care of your leftover blues, but don't throw out the turkey bones. She'll have tips for those. Still to come, it's a Tulsa tradition, and from now until Christmas, you can't help but be in awe of it. We'll take a look in a moment.
Nuts roasting on an open fire.
Hey, Daddy Jack Eddie here, and
And the people at Ford Furniture asked me to say, you're real busy with turkeys and presents and such, but if you need some good quality furniture, come to Court Furniture Clearance Center, where you save more because they rented before. 19-inch color TVs from $119. Sofa and chairs from $199. Dinette sets from $99. Court Furniture Clearance Center for big holiday deals all year long.
Having your child's eyes checked isn't something to put off till later. Many eye problems and diseases are irreversible. Last week we told you about a new concept called the 21st Century Schools. The program is geared towards providing adequate daycare, social services, and education for youngsters. All this would be from we found out many of the couples who previously considered divorce the alternative are now turning to counselors, and it was good news for the future of families.
Family, today at 5 on Channel 2 News.
For the second year in a row, only one car has been ranked by J.D. Power as America's most trouble-free domestic car. Only one car, Buick LeSabre. And now with more standard features, LeSabre stands alone in quality and value. Now consider that LeSabre delivers 28 miles to the gallon. Better fuel economy than these cars. And you begin to see why Buick LeSabre is quality in motion. Test drive America's most trouble-free domestic car at your local quality Buick dealer today.
Every Christmas, the Tulsa Shopping Center lights up with the spirit of Christmas. It's a tradition, and this year, like others in the past, the lights are on at Utica Square, marking the beginning of the Christmas season, and thousands of lights turned on last night. They'll stay on every evening between now and Christmas. And the nice thing about it is it gets dark soon enough that you get to enjoy all the lights. And I've seen people putting them up on their homes already.
My Christmas tree's up.
It
I hate
is?
to say it, it's up. It's
no.
early, the earliest I've ever done it, but it's good, and it's a real one, and it makes the house smell so good.
That's a good idea, and you'll have to keep it really watered so it doesn't dry out.
That's true, because it is going to be rather warm the next couple of days as we see unusually mild temperatures, more like September than almost December. 71, then we'll see temperatures as warm as 78 on Sunday, then cooling back down with maybe a chance of a shower on Thursday. Let's hope for some rain and maybe some snow by Thanksgiving or by Christmas.
Let's hope.
Let's hope.
Thanks, Scott. That's our time for this Friday. Thanks again for joining us this morning, and we hope you'll join us at the same time for this evening. Until then, enjoy your day. Have a great weekend.